Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carlton Hebron, and this is Tanner Goodlett. We're going to talk to you today about why Elvis, didn't like his banana brown.
Okay, so to start off, we would like for each of you to close your eyes just so you can actually envision the story that we're going to tell you. I know it's probably going to be hard to write on your cards, but just go along with us. So to start off, we have a little story. So just try to picture yourself in this environment. All right, so it's Christmas time in your family. The snow is quietly falling outside your window. All of your relatives are bombarding your household to enjoy spending time with you during the holidays. Before dinner, you find your dad passed out on the recliner, and your nieces and nephews trying to play dress up with the dog and cat. You're dressed in some itchy Christmas sweater because of family pictures. But lo and behold, you smell the food. Ah yes, the most exciting part about a Southern family Christmas, the food. You seemingly race to the kitchen only to see your favorite dessert, Aunt Mary's banana pudding. You ask yourself, if God may punish you for eating Aunt Mary's banana pudding before Grandma says grace, but you know that God will love Aunt Mary's banana pudding just as much as you do. So you move closer to inspect the victim. And you discover that the bananas on top of Aunt Mary's banana pudding are brown. You all can open your eyes now. How upset were you all to find that something you were so excited to enjoy and something you were so ready to indulge in was ruined because of enzymatic browning? Chase, were you upset to find that?
I mean, yeah, it's just like a huge letdown.
Yeah, something you were so ready to enjoy, whether that was apples in your lunchbox if you were preparing those, or, enzymatic browning in this case. It was something you were excited to eat, but it was ruined because your food went to spoil. Okay.
So the culprit that we're going to discuss today is enzymatic browning. And that's disappointment. I know I would be hugely devastated if I had a banana pudding and it was brown on the inside, because it just ruined the texture and the moisture for anything else. So that's what we're going to discuss today. So what types of things that you like to eat with bananas in it? Anybody?
Banana bread.
Banana bread, let's
Banana
get
bread.
one.
Banana muffins.
Banana, I never had that, I'm going to try that. Banana muffins, okay.
Banana cream pie, is that a...
Banana cream pie, absolutely, if it's got bananas in it.
Banana cream pie, anybody else?
I like bananas in my cereal. Oh.
You never had
Definitely done
that?
before, Cheerios and bananas.
No, banana pudding, nobody? Okay.
I like banana. I thought that was already...
There you go.
So some of the ones we have are banana pudding, banana chips, banana bread, and then last but not least, banana flavored Laffy Taffy. And if you do enjoy banana flavored Laffy Taffy, I'm so sorry to disappoint you. I'll be calling the cops after this lesson if you do enjoy that, because it is disgraceful.
Really disgraceful.
Moving right along. Okay. Oops, clicked it too fast. Okay, so for this, we would like for you all to do this kind of bachelor and bachelorette style. So we are going to put 3 bananas behind these doors. You all are going to pick which one you would like to give your rose to, or which one you would like to enjoy. Okay, so behind door number 1, we have a banana that is, enzymatic browning has occurred. It's kind of brown and it has a lot of spots. Kind of like this one. Okay?
Voila.
All right, next up, behind door number 2. A green machine. It is ripe off the vine. It is something, just fresh right off the banana tree. Okay.
Behind door number 3.
Just a yellow, just run-of-the-mill banana, no spots on it, no bruising, anything like that. Okay. So, Blair, which one did you give your rose to?
The last one.
The last one, you're going to have to go with door number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Chase, how about you?
Is this just eating it straight up?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, number 3.
Number 3? All right. Miss Wright, was there one that you would give your rose to?
Yeah, we're gonna fight because that one is mine.
So, there will be a fight, but most people picked. Would you all agree that you all would all have picked door number 3 because it's the best tasting banana? Okay, so I would like an explanation as to why you picked that. And here in the corner, I have a little meme. You all probably can't see it, but it's 2 bananas and it says, "Don't talk to me or my son ever again." And it's a big banana, little banana. But his feelings are very hurt as to why you didn't pick the brown banana. So Blair, why did you not pick the brown one?
It would be really mushy.
Mushy, the texture. Okay. Is there any other reasons? Katie, do you have another one?
Like what she said, it would be really squishy, and thinking about eating something brown like that doesn't appeal to you.
Yeah, it's not fun to eat.
Oh, man. They love too.
Okay. All right, so the reason that the first one, probably nobody picked the first one, is because enzymatic browning had already occurred in the banana. So what that is enzymatic browning occurs in fruits and vegetables when the oxygen in the air reacts with the enzymes that are on the fruit or vegetable, specifically the polyphenolans. So once they react with that, they leave behind a brown substance. And it makes it less desirable to eat. It takes down the nutritional value, the texture, the moisture content, and things like that. A good example of this is if you ever before you've gone to school, you've made your lunch, so you've cut up an apple. And then by the time you get to lunch, the apple's brown. Has anybody occurred with that? Like that's occurred to you? It's kind of disappointing. So that's a good example of how that happens in your life.
So basically what he just touched on a little bit, but the true definition of enzymatic browning, is the breakdown of enzymatic browning is a chemical reaction that occurs when oxygen in the air, it reacts, it comes in contact with the certain enzymes in the fruit or the vegetables you're going to take and to eat, leaving behind a brown texture, and which is a pain to eat. It makes it squishy, untasteful, raw. Like I don't like raw fruit. Who likes raw fruit? Not me. I don't like it. It's like nasty, and it just makes it undesirable for the fruit. So you have a bad memory of that fruit because of the enzymatic browning. So how do we stop it? First of all, you need to little meme, hide the keys, hide your wives. I'm just kidding. You don't need to do that. But anyway, first you need to do is you need to preserve it. Preservation is key. Once you have it preserved and freezing it and bleaching it and dehydration.
Okay, so once Carlton's going to go on and start cutting up the bananas for our activity, and I'll start covering, what the types of preservation we can use. So here in this picture, you see a cat in the refrigerator. Now, while freezing your cat is not suggested, it is kind of suggested that you preserve your fruits and vegetables by giving this method of freezing. So, putting up green beans in the refrigerator, not necessarily all fruits like bananas and stuff, but strawberries and things like that. This inhibits the growth of those enzymes, and when it inhibits the growth of the enzymes, that means when the oxygen comes in contact with it, it's not as likely to react, and it slows the growth of that and slows the growth of enzymatic browning. So like it says, it's not recommended to refrigerate your cat, but you should refrigerate your fruits and vegetables. All right, the next method is blanching. A really good example of this, I'm sure that a lot of you all may have contact with or a tie to, is canning. So you heat the food, boil it is a really big popular method until the enzymatic browning and the enzymes in that food are then inhibited and kind of destroyed. So they're no longer going to be able to brown or spoil. So you're able to keep your food longer. Canned green beans can stay, fresh for a much longer time than if you were to just put them in the refrigerator. So this method is something that a lot of people use, growing up on farms. If you have a lot of green beans to harvest and you don't have a lot of room to store them, a lot of people use canning as a method. So this is also referred to as blanching. All right, and then the last one is dehydration. So can anyone, maybe kind of give a definition of what you think dehydration may be? Katie?
Taking the nutrient or the moisture out of something.
Absolutely. So when we think of dehydrated, we think of less water. And so that's exactly what happens. So when you dehydrate a fruit, has anybody ever enjoyed dehydrated banana chips?
Yeah.
Banana chips? Banana chips, when you feel them, they're kind of harder, much harder than you would if you just cut up a diamond banana. It's because all the moisture has been extracted from it. So that way when it comes in contact with the air, those enzymes with polyphenol's, it doesn't actually spoil the food. And it stays fresher for longer, and though the texture changes, it does keep all the nutritional value and things like that. Okay, so our last little activity. So is anybody familiar with the show Chopped? Or that type of atmosphere. So we're going to try and play a little game called Chopped. So you all are going to be our judges. We are going to give you all two types of bananas. One was one that enzymatic browning had occurred in, and then the other one was a banana that was, much fresher, still yellow, not a lot of bruising and things like that. And we're going to see if you all can tell the difference between which one. So we have one labeled A and one labeled B, and we're going to see if you all can tell the difference. So
I did wash my hands, just to let y'all know that. That's where I went to wash my hands, so I'm good. So y'all know, good cook, good chef, cook.
Carlton, you want to do that side and all?
Yeah, I got you.
That's a smart idea. That's right.
There's these.
Oh, two. I can't see. That's fine. You need to be. Okay, so now you all can enjoy. Just try tasting it and see what you all think. Which one you would guess, and then we'll come back and reconvene and talk about opinions. You can use smell, maybe texture, what you think it looks like, which one you think enzymatic browning has occurred in, and then we'll kind of reconvene and see which one is actually which.
Ain't gonna die, you got it? Ooh, yeah, you like that, don't you? Mushy, mushy.
Are you not a fan of bananas, Sydney?
I like barrel cutting. I can't eat more than, like, I can't eat more than a half.
You can't eat more. Hey, it's just a little bit. Got like people.
Okay, so does anybody have like a really good guess, like of what you think which one was which? Chase,
I think B was had the enzymatic browning.
you think B had the enzymatic browning? Okay.
What you figure?
I think the opposite.
You think the opposite? Okay. Is there a reason?
A was sweeter.
A was sweeter. Okay.
I
What's
thought
this?
that B tasted lovely, and I thought that A tasted garbage. Absolute trash. So, based on what you all said in your lesson about enzymatic browning making it less desirable, I'm with Miss Wright.
Okay. How about you? Was there one that you kind of lean towards that you would prefer?
I prefer B.
You prefer B? Okay. Katie?
I agree with Chase. I thought B was the one that.
I like B better.
Yeah, I like B
thought
better,
it
but like, I feel like it's the one with the browning on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blair?
I like my bananas with a lot of like brown spots.
I'm
and,
with
like,
you. I'm with
Really
you.
sweet, and that was definitely B.
Okay.
Slightly mushy though.
And last but not least,
Yeah, what's
Casey.
wrong?
Which one did you think was the
I
enzymatic browning?
thought A had the browning because it was squishier and I know B was a little bit harder, so.
Okay. So the actual results. B was the banana that was much fresher. So B was the banana that was yellow, and then A was the one that enzymatic browning had occurred in. So when you all like bit into B, Casey, one thing you mentioned about B, you said it was harder, right? You said it was much firmer. So that's something that happens, that the enzymatic process is kind of breaking down the bananas. It makes it mushier, it makes the texture different. So that was one good thing to point out about that. Enzymatic browning, just in this example, enzymatic browning can occur in things like apples, it can occur in vegetables, shrimp, seafood. A lot of seafood actually occurs in enzymatic browning. A lot of people don't know that. And then fruits and vegetables. So with this, we hope you all will take away, some preservation methods. So Katie, can you name one other preservation method besides, let's exclude the example of canning. Do you remember what another one was?
Cooling.
Cooling.
Keeping it in the freezer.
Okay, all right. And Chase, do you remember the last one?
I'm sorry.
The last preservation method. So we've listed canning, which is blanching, and we've listed freezing. Yes, dehydration. So which one was dehydration? Do you remember what it involved?
It was like taking the moisture out of the fruit.
And what was an example of like a banana food that we see dehydrated?
Banana chips.
Banana chips. All right. So with that, we hope you all enjoyed our lesson. Is there any questions? There must have been a question coming in from the audience. That was
That wasn't me.
no questions. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh. All right. Thank you.